Hello, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amitav De, and I'm going to start a video lecture series on CSIR, NET, uh, and upcoming GATE exam. Uh, this is my first video on my channel. The name of the channel is Physics Mirror. So, from today, I'm going to start uploading my videos on this channel every day. I have a plan to upload 3 videos at least every day. In 3 shift, I have a plan to upload 3 videos, and this will be going on means every day on different topics. Videos will be coming up. New videos will be coming up. So today I am going to start my lecture series on an important unit, namely condensed matter physics. So first of all, welcome to my channel as I am starting from today. So welcome to my channel and support the channel, support my works. Maybe there is some kind of mistakes because I'm going to start from today, so technical errors could be there and other kind of error could be there. So any kind of suggestion regarding the errors are means heavily welcome. So just means comment on the comment section that what means what to be rectified in my videos. So my language in all the video series will be bilingual. I'll be using both the languages, Hindi and English, so that no one feels any kind of inconvenience regarding the language issue. So as I told you that my name is Amitav De and I have pursued my MSc in physics from NIT Agartala, the state of Tripura in India. Okay, so let's not wasting our time and just start our first lecture series on condensed matter physics. So इसी भाग में हम देखेंगे फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ कॉन्डेंस्ड मैटर फिजिक्स। कॉन्डेंस्ड मैटर फिजिक्स की जो प्रारंभीय चीज़ होते हैं उसके बारे में हम इसमें डिस्कस करेंगे। फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ कॉन्डेंस्ड मैटर फिजिक्स, स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ सिंपल क्यूबिक, बॉडी सेंटर्ड क्यूबिक, फेस सेंटर्ड क्यूबिक, डायमंड क्यूबिक, NaCl, ग्राफीन एंड ग्राफाइट स्ट्रक्चर, हम इसी के बारे में भी डिस्कस करेंगे क्योंकि हम जानते हैं कि कॉन्डेंस्ड मैटर फिजिक्स में कई सारे स्ट्रक्चर्स होते हैं जिसके नाम अभी मैंने डिस्कस किए मतलब मेंशन किए हैं। उसके बारे में हम डिस्कस करेंगे। उसके जो गठन प्रणाली होते हैं, स्ट्रक्चरल फॉर्म्स होते हैं, उसके बारे में हम यहाँ पे डिस्कस करेंगे। एक्सरे एंड इट्स मैकेनिज्म इन वेरियस लैटिस स्ट्रक्चर, हम जानते हैं कि एक्सरे का मतलब उसके इम्पोर्टेंस ज़्यादा होती है, उसका महत्वपूर्णता ज़्यादा होती है, तो उसके बारे में हम यहाँ पे डिस्कस करेंगे। द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ एक्सरे, एक्सरे डिफ्रैक्शन एंड हाउ इट कैन बी यूज्ड टू एक्चुअली फाइंड आउट द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ सॉलिड। यहाँ पे हम इसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे कुछ चीज़ें। लास्टली हम डिस्कस करेंगे यहाँ पे सॉल्यूशंस ऑफ सम इम्पॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस, जो हम करने वाले हैं आज, उसी के जो फार्मूला निकाल के आएंगे, उससे जो मतलब कोरोलरी निकाल के आएंगे, उसके बारे में कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स, क्वेश्चंस जो गेट एग्ज़ाम में पिछले सालों में गेट एग्ज़ाम में या फिर नेट एग्ज़ाम में आया है, उसी के बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। सो लेट्स स्टार्ट आवर फर्स्ट टॉक and it starts with what do lattice and basis mean. Okay, so the definition says lattice is nothing but the structure of solid substances, and more specifically to say assembly of numerous organized imaginary points fashioned in a specific style. So इसी का जो हिंदी फॉर्मेट होंगे वो ऐसा होंगे कि लैटिस कुछ मतलब जिस पॉइंट को हम कल्पना कर सकते हैं, जिसका वास्तविक रूप में कोई मतलब वैसे हम देख नहीं सकते लेकिन कल्पना कर सकते हैं, उसी पॉइंट्स के द्वारा तैयार किया गया एक कल्पनीय फॉर्मेट को हम लैटिस बोल सकते हैं। सो इसका एक्सप्लेनेशन देने में हम मतलब आपको मतलब ऐसे समझा सकते हैं कि मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ समझाने के लिए। एक सॉलिड में 1 मिनट। सॉलिड में हम कुछ पॉइंट्स एज्यूम कर सकते हैं। मैं थोड़ा जूम करके वो ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, जैसे कि ताकि आपको समझ में आए। ऐसे हम डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स कल्पना कर सकता हूँ। वी कैन इमेजिन डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स टू मेक ए सॉलिड स्ट्रक्चर दैट कैन बी 3D, दैट कैन बी 2D। 3D फॉर्मेट में भी हम इमेजिन कर सकता हूँ, 2D फॉर्मेट में भी हम इमेजिन कर सकता हूँ। सो इसी जो इमेजिनरी पॉइंट्स एक सॉलिड का स्ट्रक्चर फॉर्म करते हैं, उसको एक्चुअली लैटिस बोला जाता है। लैटिस एक्चुअली द बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द सॉलिड or condensed matter. In specifically we say it as condensed matter, not solid. Okay, so this is known as lattice. So lattice is the structure, nothing but the structure, imaginary structure. Okay, now the second part says what does basis mean. Okay, so the definition says basis is nothing but the building blocks of solid substances, or more specifically to say the placement of group of atoms in the self style fashion of the particular lattice. So जो पॉइंट्स को हम कल्पना किए हैं कि ऐसा सॉलिड का स्ट्रक्चर होंगे, उसी जगहों पे अगर हम किसी एटम को प्लेस करते हैं तो उससे जो टोटल फॉर्मेट बन के आते हैं, निकाल के आते हैं, उसको एक्चुअली बेसिस बोला जाता है। सो बेसिस इज नथिंग बट द बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स of the solid. Okay, so means for an example, for the sake of example or for the sake of easy understanding, we can take the lattice plus basis format as the formation of a building. In formation of a building, first of all we have to make the structure, and then we have to cement the whole structure. We have to place the bricks and then cement the whole structure. So you can take the bricks as the atoms and the previous structure as lattice. So the entire format ultimately forms the whole building. So lattice plus basis system ultimately forms the whole solid structure. So this is the only what can I say, the significance of lattice plus basis. Okay, so इससे हम अभी दूसरे जो हमारा डिस्कशन की पार्ट है उसमें चलते हैं। Okay, so next slide is about what does unit cell mean. So unit cell is smallest unit of a lattice which forms the entire structure on its continuous repetition. So unit cell actually we can suppose that the fundamental structure of a solid, or the smallest part of a solid. If we break the solid, if we break the condensed matter, entire condensed matter into small parts, then the fundamental part that will be coming out is known as unit cell. So unit cell मतलब एक condensed matter को अगर हम तोड़ के देखें तो उससे जो स्मॉलेस्ट पार्ट निकाल के आएंगे, तोड़ के देखें मतलब मैं एक्चुअली आपको इजीली समझाने के लिए ये वर्ड यूज़ कर रहा हूँ। तोड़ के देखने के बाद अगर जो फंडामेंटल पार्ट निकाल के आएंगे उसको यूनिट सेल कहा जाता है। तो यूनिट सेल दो प्रकार की होते हैं, प्रिमिटिव यूनिट सेल एंड नॉन प्रिमिटिव यूनिट सेल। सो इन प्रिमिटिव unit cell has effective number of lattice point 1. Okay, in a primitive cell the effective number of lattice point should be 1. The मतलब प्रिमिटिव यूनिट सेल में इफेक्टिव नंबर ऑफ लैटिस पॉइंट 1 होनी चाहिए। नॉन प्रिमिटिव यूनिट सेल में 1 से ज़्यादा हो सकते हैं टोटल नंबर ऑफ लैटिस पॉइंट। सो these are the significances and some discussions about unit cell. The next slide says about the types of lattices and crystal in 2D and 3D. So it says in 2D lattice total number of crystal system is 4: square, rectangular, hexagonal, oblique. And total number of crystal system in 2D are 4: square, rectangular, hexagonal and oblique. And against the crystal system the Bravais lattice are 5: square, rectangular, primitives rectangular centered hexagonal and oblique. एक्चुअली ये क्वेश्चन कुछ साल पहले गेट एग्ज़ाम में आया था कि 2D सिस्टम में कितने ब्रेविस लैटिस होते हैं. सो उसका आंसर था 5. सो ये एक इम्पॉर्टेंट मतलब आप नोट कर सकते हैं कि इम्पॉर्टेंट एक इन्फॉर्मेशन है आपके लिए, आपका गेट एग्ज़ाम के लिए. ऐसे ही इन 3D लैटिस में 14 टाइप्स ऑफ क्रिस्टल सिस्टम होते हैं, 14 टाइप्स ऑफ ब्रेविस लैटिस होते हैं एंड उसके अगेंस्ट 7 टाइप्स ऑफ क्रिस्टल सिस्टम होते हैं. सो इन 3D lattice we get 14 types of Brevis lattices and 7 types of crystal system. Okay, so this is the thing. These are some important informations for upcoming GATE and NET exam, because some years ago this first information regarding the first information, a question had come out in GATE exam, so that's why it is important for you. Okay, so in the next slide I am going to discuss about differences between some fundamental lattices that we know by and large: simple cubic lattice, body centered cubic lattice, face centered cubic lattice. So in case of simple cubic lattice, number of atoms per unit cell is 1, and in case of body centered cubic lattice, number of atoms per unit cell is 2. In case of face centered cubic lattice, number of atoms per unit cell is 4. In the next slide the figures are being shown of simple cubic lattice, body centered cubic lattice and face centered cubic lattice. Then you can easily understand what does it mean about 1 unit cell, 2 unit cell and 4 unit cell. So just now take it as just an information, just as an information. अभी आप इसको एक information की तरह समझिए कि सिंपल क्यूबिक लैटिस में एक ही यूनिट सेल होते हैं, बॉडी सेंटर्ड में 2 यूनिट सेल होते हैं एंड फेस सेंटर्ड क्यूबिक में 4 यूनिट सेल होते हैं. सॉरी, बाद में हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में देखेंगे इसका जो फिगर है, ओरिजिनल फिगर, उसमें हम इसका जो मतलब मीनिंग है वो हमारा क्लियर हो जाएंगे. ओके, सो नेक्स्ट इज नंबर ऑफ नियरेस्ट नाइबर इज 6 in case of simple cubic lattice, and number of nearest the distance between the nearest neighbors is a in case of simple cubic. नियरेस्ट नाइबर मतलब जब हम देखेंगे इस स्लाइड में, नियरेस्ट नाइबर मतलब जो इसको एक्चुअली एटम कहा जाता है, जो कॉर्नर पॉइंट्स है इसको हम एटम मान सकते हैं. सो इसी एटम के एकदम करीब, एकदम मतलब नियरेस्ट जो एटम्स होते हैं, जो नज़दीक एटम्स होते हैं, उसको नियरेस्ट नाइबर कहा जाता है. तो इसमें सिंपल क्यूबिक में 6 एक ही एटम के पास, एक ही एटम के एकदम नज़दीक 6 यूनिट सेल्स हो सकते हैं. सो 6 यूनिट सेल क्यों? क्योंकि हम अगर इसको देखें, टोटल डिस्कशन करें, तो इसको हम ऐसे ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं. 1 मिनट, देयर इज सम प्रॉब्लम इन द पॉइंटर. सॉरी, इसको हम ऐसे देख सकते हैं. So there are 6 nearest atoms of this particular atom: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So in this way we can take that in case of simple cubic lattice we have 6 nearest neighbors of an atom. So this was the thing. In case of body centered cubic lattice we have 8 nearest neighbors, and the distances between nearest neighbors are root 3a/2. In case of face centered cubic lattice we have 12 nearest neighbors, and their the distances among them is a/√2. Okay, so the next and third difference is number of second nearest neighbor is 12, and second nearest neighbor distance is root 2a. So what does second nearest neighbor mean? 1 minute. second nearest neighbor is actually the nearest to the nearest neighbor is known as the second nearest neighbor. जैसे कि हम देख सकते हैं कि सिंपल क्यूबिक में इसी एटम के नज़दीक जो 6 एटम्स है उसी के नज़दीक, मतलब जैसे कि ये एक नज़दीक एटम है इसका, तो इसी के नज़दीक ये है, इसी के मतलब इसका नज़दीक है, तो नियरेस्ट टू द नियरेस्ट नाइबर इज़ नोन एज द सेकेंड नियरेस्ट नाइबर. नज़दीक एटम की जो नज़दीक है उसको सेकेंड नियरेस्ट नाइबर कहा जाता है. सो in case of simple cubic lattice we have 12 different second nearest neighbor and the distances among them is root 2a. Number of second nearest neighbor is 6 in case of BCC and their distances is a. Number of second nearest neighbor in case of FCC is 6 and their distances is a. Packing fraction is 52% for simple cubic and for BCC 68%, and in case of FCC it is 74%. Actually packing fraction means how much area or how much part of the particular matter, solid matter or condensed matter is being packed or being I can say that congested by the atom. जितना पार्ट एटम की जितना पार्ट सिंपल क्यूबिक या फिर BCC उसका जितना पार्ट एटम से कंजेस्टेड है, एटम से अधिकृत है, उसी को एक्चुअली एटॉमिक पैकिंग फ्रैक्शन कहा जाता है. जैसे कि आप देख लीजिए यहाँ पे कि सिंपल क्यूबिक में यहाँ पे कितना एटम्स है. 1 मिनट. सिंपल क्यूबिक में यहाँ पे 1 2 3 4 ऐसे 8 एटम्स है. तो और BCC में यहाँ पे 8 कॉर्नर पॉइंट्स तो है ही, उसका बीच में भी एक पॉइंट है, बॉडी का सेंटर में भी एक पॉइंट है, एटम है. तो उसने भी एक मतलब कुछ जगह वहाँ पे अधिकृत कर लेंगे. तो द part that is actually captured by the particular atoms are actually known as the packing, and the fraction of the entire volume that is being packed by the atoms are known as packing fraction, atomic packing fraction. So in atomic packing fraction, in the word atomic packing fraction we have 3 words: atomic, packing and fraction. That means actually the fraction of the entire volume of the atom, the solid structure is being packed by the particular atom. So that is known as atomic packing fraction. So in case of SC we have 52% atomic packing fraction, that is 52% place is being packed by the atoms and 48% place is empty. In case of BCC 68% is packed by the atoms, 32% is empty. In case of FCC face centered cubic 74%, that is largest portion is being packed by the atoms, and 26% is empty, 26% place is empty, vacuum. So these are the informations about the structures of SC, FCC and BCC. So हम चलते हैं या इसके बाद नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में. Okay, so in next slide we have to know some informations about hexagonal closed pact. So in hexagonal closed pact we have number of atoms in unit cell is 6, number of nearest neighbor is 12, nearest neighbor distance is a, number of second nearest neighbor is 2, second nearest neighbor distance is 1.633a. This information is important because some years ago a gate related question also had come about this information, that is second nearest neighbor, about second nearest neighbor of hexagonal closed pact. हम इसके अंत में जो क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करने जाएंगे उसमें देखेंगे कि इसका एक डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन है, तो उसमें हम इसका ज़रूरत होंगे इस इंफॉर्मेशन का. And atomic packing fraction is 74%. So we saw in case of FCC also the atomic packing fraction was 74%. In HCP, that is hexagonal closed pact also structure, we have atomic packing fraction 74%. So इसके ऊपर भी एक क्वेश्चन आया था कुछ साल पहले गेट एग्ज़ाम में कि what among the following options have the same atomic packing fraction, whether it is HCP and FCC, whether it is HCP and BCC. So this information is directly needed to answer that question. Okay, so हम इसके बाद next slide देखेंगे. Okay, so in next slide we have some informations about diamond cubic structure. So in case of diamond cubic structure, number of atom in unit cell is 8. एक यूनिट सेल में 8 एटम्स होते हैं. नियरेस्ट नाइबर डिस्टेंस इज़ √3a/4. नज़दीक एटम्स का जो दूरी है वो √3a/4. सेकेंड नियरेस्ट नाइबर इज़ 12. सेकेंड नियरेस्ट नाइबर डिस्टेंस a/√2. Atomic packing fraction, the fraction of the volume, entire volume of the diamond cubic structure that is being packed by the atoms is 34%. And some examples we can say here: diamond, silicon and germanium, where silicon and germanium are known as semiconductor, two semiconductors, silicon and germanium. Next slide is about X-ray diffraction. So X-ray diffraction is the bending of X-rays through an obstacle of size comparable to the wavelength of the wave. So what does diffraction mean? The word diffraction means actually bending of light. When light gets an obstacle of size of its wavelength comparable to its wavelength, then it actually bends. It doesn't go in straight path. It bends a bit and then it goes. So this phenomena is known as diffraction of light. So diffraction में light अगर उसी का जो wavelength होते हैं उसके comparable कुछ obstacle उन्हें मिलते हैं, तो वो straight path में नहीं जाके थोड़ा bend हो जाते हैं, थोड़ा घूम जाते हैं, तो उसका जो वो जो property होते हैं उसको diffraction कहा जाता है. तो the word X-ray and the two words X-ray and diffraction means actually diffraction of X-ray, the phenomenon of diffraction of X-ray. Okay, so this is gone about the discussion or statement of X-ray diffraction. Next is that the important formula, the interplanar spacing. We have a big calculation for it to have it proved, but we are not going to have it proved. We are just taking the formula here for our calculation purpose. So the interplanar distance in case of cubic, orthorhombic and tetragonal crystal is d equal to 1/√a square plus k square plus l square, where h, k, l are known as the Miller indices. So what does Miller indices mean? Miller indices are actually nothing but the orientation of the plane in 3D structure. It gives the orientation of the particular plane in a solid structure in 3D, three-dimensional place, three-dimensional space. Now, next point is that a single plane diffracts 10⁻³ to 10⁻⁵ part of an X-ray. So what does it mean? अगर एक सॉलिड के भीतर एक्स-रे गुजार के जाते हैं तो उसका 1/10³ पार्ट और टू 1/10⁵ पार्ट सिर्फ डिफ्रैक्ट होते हैं, पूरा पार्ट नहीं डिफ्रैक्ट होते. जितना जाते हैं पूरा डिफ्रैक्ट नहीं होते. एक प्लेन सिर्फ 1/10³ पार्ट टू 1/10⁵ पार्ट डिफ्रैक्ट कर सकते हैं. सो पूरा जो एक्सरे होते हैं, total amount of X-ray should be to be diffracted by 10³ to 10⁵ part or 10⁵ planes. Means actually एक एक्सरे को डिफ्रैक्ट करने के लिए, पूरा एक्सरे को डिफ्रैक्ट करने के लिए 1000 to 1 लाख प्लेन्स लगेगा एक सॉलिड में, उसको पूरा डिफ्रैक्ट करने के लिए. So this is the thing. These are some informations about X-ray diffraction. Next information about X-ray diffraction is more important, that is Bragg's condition, 2d sin theta equal to n lambda. We knew in our class 11 or class 12 we had this chapter known as light. In that chapter we actually had this information about constructive interference and destructive interference. So in those syllabus we got this information that an interference to be constructive we need the wavelength to be even multiple of lambda, the n to be even multiple of lambda, and for the interference or diffraction to be destructive, the n, that is the number of diffraction, to be odd multiple of the wavelength. So 2d sin theta equal to n lambda, we can prove it, but we are not going to the proof now. We are just taking this as formula. This means that will be needed in calculating some numericals. The next part is geometrical structure factor. So what does geometrical structure factor mean actually? So geometrical structure factor, the word geometry and structure factor is nothing but gives the structural information of a solid, the orientation of the planes of a solid, what kind of orientation should be in a particular lattice, that is being given, that information is being given by the geometrical structure factor. And the formula, mathematical formula for that geometrical structure factor is S equal to, as you are seeing here, S equal to e power 2 pi I ujh plus bjk plus omega jl, where hkl are known as the Miller indices of a plane, of a lattice. Next is that, so what should be the HKL in case of simple cubic, in body centered cubic and face centered cubic? So in case of simple cubic, HKL does not depend on the the structure factor S does not depend on HKL. In case of simple cubic, S is 1 always, so it does not depend on HKL. That means actually in case of simple cubic, the plane can be oriented in any direction and does not irrespective of HKL. In case of BCC, S is equal to 1 plus e power pi I plus e power pi I h plus k plus L, and that S becomes 2 if h plus k plus L is even, and S becomes 0 if h plus k plus L is odd. So हम एक्चुअली स्ट्रक्चर फैक्टर को ज़ीरो नहीं मानते हैं. अगर स्ट्रक्चर फैक्टर नॉन ज़ीरो हो तो उसी को हम मतलब एज्यूम करते हैं. तो यहाँ पे S इक्वल टू 2, दैट इज़ S becomes non-zero for h plus k plus L to be even. So BCC only takes those HKL values for whom the addition of h plus k HKL should be even. In case of FCC, S equal to 4 if HKL, all the HKL values are odd, and in case of S S becomes 0 in case of HKL are mixed. That is अगर HKL का वैल्यू all the values of HKL becomes odd, अगर HKL का सभी का वैल्यू odd होते हैं तब जाके S इक्वल टू 4 बनते हैं, कि नॉन जीरो वैल्यू बनते हैं S की. ज़ीरो बनते हैं कब? अगर HKL मिक्स्ड वैल्यू हो, मतलब H का वैल्यू इवन, K का वैल्यू ऑड, L का वैल्यू ऑड, या फिर H का वैल्यू ऑड, K का वैल्यू इवन, L का वैल्यू इवन. अगर ऐसे मिक्स्ड हो जाते हैं ऑड और इवन नंबर्स, देन S बिकम्स ज़ीरो from the above formula, that is S equal to 1 plus e power pi I h plus k plus e power pi I k plus L plus e power pi I L plus h. From the above formula we can calculate this, that S becomes 4 for all the HKL values to be odd, and S becomes 0 for all the HKL values to be mixed, even and odd mixed. So यहाँ पे FCC पे HKL only will take those values for which HKL will take only the odd values, because for the odd values only S becomes 4, that is non-zero. So HKL यहाँ पे odd value लेंगे, क्योंकि HKL की odd value के लिए ही यहाँ पे S 4 यानी non-zero बनते हैं. So अब हम नेक्स्ट स्लाइड पे चलते हैं. So इसी स्लाइड में हमें जियोमेट्रिकल स्ट्रक्चर फैक्टर ऑफ डायमंड क्यूबिक के बारे में कुछ दिया हुआ है कि डायमंड क्यूबिक की जियोमेट्रिकल स्ट्रक्चर फैक्टर क्या होते हैं. इसमें HKL का वैल्यू ऑल ऑड हो सकते हैं या फिर ऑल इवन हो सकते हैं, बट इन केस ऑफ ऑल इवन इट इज़ गिवन दैट HKL, the addition of HKL should be divided by 4. That is, in case of diamond cubic, we need to have all the HKL values either all odd or all should be even. HKL values should be all even, but the sum of HKL should be divided by 4. That is, like HKL values cannot be 2 comma 2 comma 2, that is h equal to 2, k equal to 2, l equal to 2 is not actually accepted here, because yes, this is correct that all the HKL values are 2, that is even, but the sum of h plus k plus l, that is 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, that is not divisible by 4, so we cannot take it. So we only have to take those even HKL values for whom the sum of HK and L should be divided by 4, or HK and L values should be all odd. So यहाँ पे डायमंड क्यूबिक पे HKL ऑल द वैल्यूज़, मतलब जो HKL का वैल्यूज़ होंगे वो ऑल ऑड हो सकते हैं कि सभी का वैल्यू ऑड होंगे, वहाँ पे कोई रेस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है, और HKL का सभी का वैल्यू इवन होंगे, बट यहाँ पे एक रेस्ट्रिक्शन है कि HKL की वैल्यूज़ उसी इवन वैल्यू को ले सकते हैं जिसके लिए h प्लस के प्लस एल शुड बी डिवाइडेड बाई 4, h प्लस के प्लस एल 4 से डिवाइड होंगे, वही वैल्यू वो ले सकते हैं. नेक्स्ट, KCL. For KCL, what should be the HKL values? So KCL follows the 2 into selection rules for SC. So we just have learnt about SC, simple cubic, that in case of simple cubic the HKL values does not depend on the structure factor does not depend on HKL, that is all the HKL values are allowed here, maybe that is all odd, all even, or mixed, any kind of HKL values are accepted for simple cubic. So KCL just follows the 2 into selection rules for SC. Next is structure factor for HCP. In case of HCP, hexagonal closed pact, the structure factor is derived out as 1 plus e power 2 pi I 2 by 3h plus k by 3 plus l by 2. So this is the geometrical structure factor for hexagonal closed pact. Okay, so in next slide we are going to learn the HKL values, about the HKL values of different planes, simple cubic, PCC, FCC and diamond cubic. जो हम डिस्कस किए हैं कि HKL का वैल्यूज़ इन केस ऑफ SC any kind of HKL values are accepted. So just you see that 1 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 1 2 0 0 2 1 0, that is all the mixed values of HKL, all the odd values of HKL, all the even values of HKL are being accepted here in case of simple cubic. BCC में सिर्फ उसी HKL values accepted होंगे जिसके लिए h plus k plus l even होंगे. हम देखा है कुछ देर पहले. तो यहाँ पे 1 1 0, that is h plus k plus l, 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 0 0, 2 is even, 2 plus 1 plus 1, 2 1 1, that is 4, total 4, so even. So all the HKL values that gives sum of the sum of HKL as even, those values are being accepted here in case of BCC. And in FCC, either the HKL values should be all odd or all even, that is 1 1 1, 2 0 0, 2 2 0. So these informations are very important for calculating some questions or solving some questions, so you can note it down from the slide. And also I will give the link of this PPTs in my description box, so from here also you can get it downloaded. So the next is in diamond cubic, we get 1 1 1, 2 1 0, 3 1 1. So it is just the information is that in case of diamond cubic, the information was that HKL should be all even, and given that it should be divisible by 4 or all odd, there is no restriction. So in diamond cubic, 1 1 1 all odd, 2 1 0, 3 1 1, these are being accepted. Okay, so from the next slide we are actually solving some questions. So as I told you that in case of HCP structure, the relation between the nearest neighbor distance, second nearest neighbor distance is important, and some years ago a gate question came about this, and that is the question, that is the C by A ratio, that is the A means the distance between the atoms and C means the second nearest neighbor distance. So we learned that in case of HCP, hexagonal closed pact, the second nearest neighbor distance is 1.633a. So here the question is given as the ratio of 2 and root 3, root 8, root 5, and ratio of root 8 by root 3. So you have to find that for which value the C by A becomes 1.633, as we have learned some times ago that in case of HCP the second nearest neighbor distance should be 1.633a, C equal to 1.633a. So here only 8 by 3 gives, root 8 by 3 gives C by A ratio as 1.633. So it is the direct use of the information that we collected. Okay, next is the question that I told you also, that in case of HCP the atomic packing fraction is 74%, and in case of FCC also the atomic packing fraction is also 74%. So the question came in GATE exam that consider the atomic packing fraction of the following crystal: simple cubic, body centered cubic, face centered cubic, HCP. So for which cases means which two of the above crystal structures have the same atomic packing fraction? So HCP and FCC will be the answer, that is I think R and S, face centered cubic, and HCPS, R and S will be the answer. So here the answer is C, option C, R and S have the same atomic packing fraction. तो यहाँ पे HCP और FCC के लिए सेम एटॉमिक फ्रैक्शन है 74%, तो उसके लिए आंसर होंगे ऑप्शन नंबर सी. So next question is about the Bragg's law and interplanar distance. So here the question is, if the 002 plane diffract at 60 degree, then lattice parameter is what should be the lattice parameter? The four options are being given here. So first of all, using this information, that is the Miller indices of the plane is 002, we can find out the relation between the interplanar distance d and the atomic distance a. So here it is we are getting d equal to a by 2, and using this information into the Bragg's law, that is 2d sin theta equal to n lambda, we can get 2 into a by 2 sin theta equal to 1.54. The wavelength is being given, I think I have not mentioned here, mistakenly maybe it is left out, but in the question this information has been given that the wavelength should be lambda equal to 1.54 angstrom, and the diffraction is first order diffraction, so n equal to 1 and lambda equal to 1.54. So in place of d we are means placing a by 2, and in place of sin theta we are placing 60 degree, because the diffraction is being taken place at 60 degree angle. So from that our atomic distance has been coming out as 3.56 angstrom. Okay, so the answer is option number C. Next question is that for a closed packed BCC structure of Hertz spheres, the lattice constant is A, is related to the sphere radius R. Okay, so here just you see यहाँ पे आपको एक्चुअली द मीन्स लैटिस कांस्टेंट ए, जो एटम का डिस्टेंस होते हैं ए, उस और जो स्फीयर की रेडियस होते हैं, जो एटम होते हैं उसका जो रेडियस होते हैं, एटम को अगर हम स्फीयर माने एज्यूम किए तो उसका जो रेडियस होते हैं आर, उसका बीच में रिलेशन पूछा है बीसीसी में. सो देखिए बीसीसी में स्ट्रक्चर कैसा होते हैं. बीसीसी में कॉर्नर पे एटम्स होते हैं और बीच में बॉडी का सेंटर में एक एटम होते हैं. तो कितना पार्ट ऑफ रेडियस इज़ बीइंग एक्चुअली कॉन्जेस्टेड इनसाइड द सॉलिड स्ट्रक्चर, बीसीसी स्ट्रक्चर. तो देखिए यहाँ पे इसका आर रेडियस 1 मिनट. सो इसका आर रेडियस, इसका 12 diameter and इसका R radius. Though my means drawing is not good at all, so but I'm trying to understand you, making you understand that total 4R radius is being captured inside the BCC structure. So 4R, and we know that the diagonal distance or diagonal length of a cube is root 3a, because the side of the cube is a. Because what does a means? A means actually the distances between the atoms. So distances between the atoms, so इस एटम और इस एटम के बीच डिस्टेंस कितना होंगे? ए लैटिस कांस्टेंट जो है. सो इसका मतलब है कि ये जो क्यूब है उस क्यूब की मतलब साइड की लेंथ है ए. सो ए साइडेड क्यूब, ए मीन्स क्यूब ऑफ साइड ए लेंथ ए will have the diagonal root 3a. We know it from our basic level classes. So we can assume here according to the question that 4r equal to root 3a. So from there we get a equal to 4r by root 3. So the thing is that the total 4r radius of the atoms are being congested inside the BCC structure along the diagonal, and the length of the BCC cube is a. So we can get here that we can write here 4r equal to root 3a. So a equal to 4r by root 3. So this is very simple question. And next one is for NaCl crystal, the cell edge a equal to 0.563 nanometer, that is the lattice constant. The smallest angle at which Bragg reflection can occur corresponds to a set of planes whose indices are 100, 110, 111, 200. So the actual question is that for which Miller indices, that is HKL values, the theta, that is the Bragg's angle, the theta is known as the Bragg's angle in 2d sin theta equal to n lambda formula. So for which HKL value theta should be small. So we can use here the Bragg's condition 2d sin theta equal to n lambda, and from there we get sin theta equal to lambda by 2d. So lambda by 2 into d can be written as a by root over of a square plus k square plus l square, that is the interplanar distance. The formula of interplanar distance, that is d equal to a by root over of a square plus k square plus l square. So from here we can get that sin theta is proportional to root over of a square plus k square plus l square. For theta to be small, sin theta also should be to be small. From the series of sin theta we know that that is sin theta is proportional to theta. So here since sin theta is directly proportional to a square plus k square plus l square, so theta, for the sake of theta being small, HKL, the sum of a square plus k square plus l square also should become small, and that only is possible for 100 out of the 4 given options. So that's why h becomes 1, k and l becomes 0. For 100 HKL, the sum of a square plus k square plus l square is 1. For 110, that is root 2. For 111, that is root 3. And for 200, the sum of a square, root over of a square plus k square plus l square is root 4, that is 2. So the smallest possible root over of a square plus k square plus l square value comes out for 100. That's why theta also should be small for 100 value of HKL. So I think it's clear to you. And the next question is, silicon has diamond structure with unit cell edge a equal to 0.542 nanometer. The interatomic separation should be what? So कुछ देर पहले हम ये सीखा है कि interatomic distance, the relation between interatomic distance and lattice constant for diamond structure is a by root 2, that is a root 2 by 2. So from here, if we directly use the value of a, we can get the interatomic spacing or separation as 0.383 nanometer, that is the option number C. So these are some direct questions from the information that we learnt, that we have learned just now, just few times ago. जो information हम सीखे उसी के ऊपर कुछ questions था, simple questions. तो आज की lecture इतना ही, and I will be coming out this kind of lectures every day. I will be publishing 3 lectures. And goodbye for today. Thanks to all for seeing the video. Thank you.